Hello friends, welcome to Gradeup. Myself Himanshu Verma. I have done M.Tech in VLSI. In this video, I would be discussing about some previous year weightage analysis and expected weightage analysis for GATE EC 2018. So moving on to this video, let us first discuss. As you know, all the GATE EC aspirants that the dates for the GATE 2018 has been revealed on the official website, and according to that, the paper would be held on 3rd and 4th and 10th and 11th of Feb 2018, and online registration and application would start from 1st of September. So it is the right time to strategize your preparation. So I have prepared this video. According to this, you would be collecting information about detailed analysis, what was the number of students appeared, what was the cutoff for the previous years, and you would be getting some previous year analysis upon subjects, what was the amount of the weightage has been asked from a particular subject, and I would be discussing what will be the expected weightage for GATE 2018 such that candidate can prepare or target some particular subjects he has to prepare or have to give more time. Moving on to the video, let us first discuss about some informatics for last 4 years. In GATE 2014, there were 4 sets and the number of students which appeared was 2,16,367. Now in this GATE 2014, the paper mode has been changed from offline to online. Again, there was an extinction of common data and linked answer questions. So no common data and linked answer questions were asked. There were questions which were like multiple choice questions and numerical answer questions, which the amount of numerical answer questions were 20 to 30% in GATE 2014. Moving on to the next year, that is GATE 2015, it was scheduled on these dates and the sets were reduced from 4 to 3 sets. So you can see in 2015, sets were reduced from 4 to 3. Now there were drastically decrease in the number of students which appeared in GATE 2015. That is 1,72,714. So, and you can also see the cutoff is nicely hovering about around 25. In GATE 2016, which was scheduled on these dates, their sets remains constant, that is 3 sets. Again, there was a drastically reduction, and this reduction continues from 15 to 16. The number of students which appeared in GATE 2016 were 1,52,318. Moving on to the next year, which is this GATE 2017, which is conducted recently, that is on 5th of February, sets were reduced from 4 to 2 sets, and the cutoff has been constant 25. Now there is number of students which have appeared have slightly increased, that is 1,83,152. So why I have shown you this analysis? Based on the analysis, you can expect for GATE 2018 that the cutoff would be hovering around 25 to 26. So the candidate who is seriously preparing for GATE 2018 can easily clear the cutoff, which would be around 25 to 26, and number of students may appear, or the challenge for the GATE 2018 will be around 1,19,000 or 1,93,000, something around that. So based on this analysis, you have gained some information about the expected cutoff and the number of students which may appear in the GATE 2018. Now, the very important question which might be arising in your mind about showing this analysis, and which I will show you in our next coming slides, that do you know how weightage reflects in GATE preparation, or how this weightage would help in your GATE preparation? So first of all, I would be discussing previous year analysis, and then I will tell you about the expected weightage analysis for GATE 2018. So in GATE, I have taken an analysis of last 4 years, that is GATE 2014, where the paper mode has been started from online mode, 15, 16 and 17, and I would be targeting some subjects where the number of questions has been asked, or the maximum weightage subjects I will be targeting, and I will be telling you about something, that what are the topics which have mainly or repeatedly asked in these last 4 years, and then I will tell you about the expected weightage analysis, or what strategy you have to follow for GATE 2018. So first of all, discussing about this, let's move on to next slides. So in GATE EC, the first subject is analog circuits. So I have shared you some information in the slide, and based upon this information you can easily see that in 2014 there were 6 questions from analog circuits, in which 3 questions of 1 marks and 3 questions of 2 marks. So the total weightage is coming about 9 marks. So the same format I have taken for the following slides, so it is not needness to discuss again and again. So you can see in 2014 the weightage for the analog circuits is 9 marks, and it is drastically or slightly increasing from 9 to 11 marks in GATE 2017, in which 7 questions were asked from analog circuits. So the same information or same type of information I would be sharing with you for the particular subject, and then I will tell you what subject you have to prepare for GATE 2018. So coming on to this slide, that is for analog circuits, you see the weightage is varying from 9 to 11 marks. And what were the topics which are generally repeatedly asked in these last 4 years? The question has been came from op-amp, question has been asked from BJT, question has been asked from FET, question has been came from MOSFETs. So these are some particular topics which students should also focus, or the questions which has been asked for these last 4 years. Moving on to the next subject, that is a very important subject, digital circuits. It is a user-friendly subject. Many students first of all try to prepare digital circuits and microprocessor because this subject is somewhat easy in comparison to other subjects. So you can see on this analysis that the weightage for digital circuits has been constant for GATE 2014, 15, 16, 17. So it is important that a candidate preparing for GATE 2018 should give a fixed time for digital circuits. Do not waste time on preparing some concepts which are deeper, or because there is a weightage which is constant and it is of 9 marks, and it is expected that for 2018 it would be hovering around 9 to 10 marks only. The topics which have been asked in these 4 years were flip-flops. Question has been came from gates, and it is seen from last 2 years that question has been asked in FSM2, finite state machines. So candidates should be having their preparation, or should be concentrating their preparation around these topics. Moving on to the next subject, that is networks. Now in 2014 and 15 you can see that networks has covered the weightage of 9 marks, and for 2015 it has covered the weightage for 10 marks. Again in 2016 the weightage has been dropped, but in 2018 weightage has been asked for 9 marks. So generally for a candidate preparing for GATE Electronics and Communication, it has been observed that the weightage for each subject generally remains same. There are slightly some subjects which may be asked or which may have weightage more in comparison to other subjects, but otherwise the weightage for each subject remains same, 9 to 10 marks. So each subject is important, and it is very important you should give equal priority to each subject and distribute your time, that is time management should be proper for each subject. Now coming on to the networks, the topics which are generally, or the questions which came from which has been asked in these last 4 years were from network theorems, transient and steady state analysis. Questions have also asked from maximum power transfer theorem, that is same again from network theorems. So generally a candidate preparing for GATE 2018 should be concentrating on these topics for networks. Now moving on to the next subject, again this is very important subject, signal systems, and maximum time it has been observed the weightage for this subject is more, and it is also expected for GATE 2018 that there will be a more number of questions from signals and systems. Now you can see in GATE 2014 11 marks of a weightage has been come, where the 7 questions for signal system has been asked in GATE 2014. It has been dropped in 2015 and 2016, but again in 2017 you can see there were a weightage of 11 marks, again there were 7 questions. So it is expected, and candidate preparing for GATE 2018 should give more time to signals and systems. It is a conceptual subject, it needs time. There are many things which have some basics, so basics and concepts should be clear for signal systems while you are preparing for GATE 2018. Again, the topics which have generally or repeatedly asked in these last 4 years, questions have been came from DTFT, sampling theorem, 4-year series, very important. Again, Z transforms, Laplace transform, these are the topics which give questions in every year. So in 2018, a candidate should concentrate on these topics. Now, till now you have seen that there are some subjects which candidate has to give more time on these subjects. What are the subjects? It is analog circuits, signal systems, networks. Maybe networks, I do not think the amount of weightage for GATE 2018 for networks would be more, but it is an important subject and it needs time. Moving on to the next subject, in electronic devices and circuits. In 2014 and 15, you can see from the analysis that the weightage for electronic devices and circuits has been less. But in 2016 and 17, in 2016 there were a weightage of 12 marks, and in 2017 there was a weightage of 11 marks. So 7 questions has been asked from electronic devices and circuits, and it is expected it will continue to increase the weightage for GATE 2018. For GATE 2018, again there will be a weightage of 11 to 12 marks for electronic devices and circuits. So the subjects like analog, digital circuits, electronic devices and circuits come under the criteria of VLSI, and it should be prepared very seriously. These subjects are very important while you are preparing for GATE or any other competitive examinations. The important topics or the topics which have generally asked, or the questions which have generally asked, are from the topics like generation and recombination of carriers. Again, you can find questions on something like transistor characteristics, BJT, something like that. So until now you have seen that you might be observing from these slides that what subjects you have to target for GATE 2018. You do not need to worry about the conclusion. I will be discussing in the next slide the expected weightage of 2018. Moving on to the next subject, that is control systems. Control systems weightage has been less, but in 2014 and 15 it was the more. So the number of questions asked for control systems were 7, and weightage contains 11 marks. In 2016 the weightage has been decreased to 7 marks, and in 2017 again the questions has been asked were 7 questions, that is 4 questions of 1 marks and 3 questions of 2 marks. 3 questions of 2 marks and 4 questions of 1 marks, and the total weightage was 10. So it is expected that for 2018 the weightage may be around 8 to 9 marks for control system. I may not increase the weightage because there are other subjects which may be asked, the questions from which may be asked more, like signal systems, which I have already discussed you, then analog circuits, EDC, and communication. So these are some 4 subjects which students should target for GATE 2018. Now the regular topics which have been asked, and recently in GATE 2017 you can easily see the questions were from root locus, Nyquist plots, lead and lag compensators. So these are some important topics, and candidates should prepare at least should prepare these topics for GATE 2018. Moving on to the next subject, that is communication. I have already discussed you in previous slide that communication is an important subject. The weightage for GATE 2018 for communication would be high, so prepare communication with very deep understanding. Now the weightage, as for the last 4 years, it has been seen that for 2014 the weightage has been of 9 marks, and 2015 the weightage has been for 10 marks. So I think I have taken the wrong information here. So in GATE 2017 the weightage has been of only 5 marks. So you can see there is 1 question of 1 marks and 2 questions of 2 marks. you can observe here that the weightage for GATE 2017 has been less, and therefore it is expected that the weightage for communication for 2018 would be more. So the topics, so basically communication, you know, it is divided into two parts, analog and digital communication. It is a vast subject, it requires time, but do not waste time on the extra topics. Smartly target your time for the communication. Topics which you can cover, or the questions which I've asked from these topics for last 4 years were pulse code modulations, super heterodyne receivers, amplitude modulation. And for communication, you can easily cover these topics. There are more topics which are important for communication. So moving on to the next subject, that is electromagnetics. Now the weightage has been less for electromagnetics in GATE 2017, and it is expected that for GATE 2018 it would be around 8 to 9 marks, not more than that, maybe 7 to 9 marks I should say, because in 2014 the weightage has been 9 marks, in 15 the weightage has been again 10 marks, in 16 the weightage has been 9 marks. So it is something like constant, but in 2017 the weightage has been reduced to 6 marks. So for 2018 the weightage would be around 7 to 9 marks. The questions has been asked for electromagnetics has been came for the last 4 years, has arises from transmission lines and electrostatics. More number of questions from transmission lines and electrostatics. So these topics should be at least in the noted in the diary that you have to cover for GATE 2018. Now I have covered the whole technical section excluding engineering mathematics. You know, engineering mathematics generally come for around 12 to 15 marks, and the questions which are generally asked are from the topics like probability, linear algebra, vector calculus, differential equations. So these are some topics which candidates must cover, and a large number of questions would be asked from these topics. You can see that according to the last 4 year analysis, in 2014 the weightage has been of 9 marks, in 2015 weightage has been of 11 marks, and for GATE 2016 the weightage has been for 12 marks. So it is slightly increasing, and it is expected that around 13 to 15 marks of weightage would come for 2018. So engineering mathematics is a very important subject. Generally what candidates do, that they do not give time to prepare engineering mathematics, or they waste lot more time going through each and every chapter from some standard books. The best strategy to prepare engineering mathematics is to do practice from last at least 15 years of papers, nothing else. If you are preparing last 15 years papers and practicing questions, surely you are prepared for GATE 2018. So do not waste much time for GATE engineering mathematics. Only 15 days are sufficient for engineering mathematics and general aptitude, because these are some subjects which require the knowledge of 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. So you can't cover the 4 to 5 years of understanding in just 1 month or 2 months. So it is better that you should practice only questions, and you may find that the question pattern has been repeated from 2014, 15, 16, 17, and it would be same in GATE 2018. So do not waste your much time on engineering mathematics. Just 15 to 20 days of preparation is sufficient. Now general aptitude, which is it is constant around these 4 years, and it would be of 15 marks for 2018 too. The questions generally which are asked from general aptitude comes from time and work, passage, sitting arrangement, blood relations. So again I will be telling you that do not waste your time on understanding each and every concept. Just rush through formulas which are basics, and just practice more and more number of questions, because general aptitude is a type of a section. It depends on the day. Maybe if you are understanding the question well on the day which the paper has to be conducted, maybe you are getting the 12 to 13 marks from general aptitude, and if you are slightly wrong in your calculations or in your understanding, you may lose your mark. So generally you should give 15 to 20 days for engineering mathematics and general aptitude, not more than that, if you are preparing for GATE 2018. As you know, only 6 months are left for GATE 2018. So I have covered the previous last 4-year analysis for GATE EC 2018. Now based upon this analysis, you may have formed a picture in your mind that what are those particular subjects I have to prepare for GATE 2018. So based on this analysis, the first question which arises in the mind is that how to get good marks in GATE 2018 using the weightage. So this question may be answered in a particular way that you should target the maximum weightage subject first and give maximum time to those subjects for your preparation. Like if you are targeting 4 subjects, analog circuits, communication, signal systems, and then something like electronic devices and circuits, you give more time to those subjects because more number of weightage or more number of questions may be asked for these subjects, and then after covering those subjects you should give your remaining time to other subjects. In this way you should cover your whole syllabus in this 6 months of criteria, including the revision time. Practicing is very important. Practice as much as number of questions, practice online test series, practice which will make you perfect. So to make easy your work, I have prepared an expected weightage analysis for GATE 2018. According to this weightage analysis, you can see that for weightage for analog circuits, that would be for 2018. It is for 2018, and it would be may vary from 10 to 12 marks for 2018. Again for digital circuits, it will remain constant, that is 9 marks, as you have seen from last 4 years analysis. Then next important subject would be communication. So you can see here that I have taken all subjects, that is analog circuit, digital circuits, communication, electromagnetic fields, control systems, signal systems, networks, EDC, engineering mathematics, and general aptitude. Now from these subjects, which are those subjects you have to prepare first. So on observing this pie chart, you can see here that there are maximum weightage has been given to, it is analog circuits, then signals and systems, and then this is for engineering mathematics, this is for general aptitude, and this is for engineering mathematics. So these are 2 sections which covers around 30 marks, and based on this analysis you may decide that I have to give more time to engineering mathematics and general aptitude. No, you should give only 15 to 20 days of preparation, and you can easily gain around 25 marks for this. So do not waste time on this general aptitude and engineering mathematics. I have told you why. So because there is a vast syllabus of GATE EC and you have to cover the whole syllabus. So it is very important that you give only 15 to 20 days of time for engineering mathematics and general aptitude. Moving on to the technical section, the subject which you have to cover, I have already told you that analog circuits has expected that the question may arise, or the weightage for GATE 2018 would be of 10 marks. For signal systems, the weightage would be of 11 marks. The next important subject would be control system. It will remain of 9 marks, and then rest of the subjects will be hovering around 8 to 9 marks. So I have already told you that for candidate preparing for GATE EC 2018, the variation for the weightage generally remains constant for each subject. You can also observe from this that from pie chart, the weightage for each subject is concentrating or varying from 9 to 8 marks. Only for analog circuits and signal systems, the weightage or the expected weightage for the GATE 2018, that is the more number of questions may ask from analog circuits and signal systems. So the candidate preparing for GATE 2018 should focus first on analog circuits, signal systems, electronic devices and circuits, and communication. Then they can schedule their remaining time for the other subjects. So this is the expected weightage analysis for GATE 2018, and how the candidate should use this weightage analysis I have discussed in this slide. So this is the in this video I have discussed the previous year and the expected weightage analysis for GATE 2018. Now I will be giving some final tips for the GATE 2018. First is that give equal priority to each subject, and why this I have already told you that the weightage for each subject generally remains constant, that is from 8 to 9 marks. So it is very important that you should give equal priority to each subject. Prepare a proper study plan for each subject such that equal amount of time is devoted to each subject. So main point of discussing this topic, main idea of discussing this point is that you should be giving equal priority to each subject, as the weightage for GATE electronics communication for each subject generally remains constant. Now from last 4 years it has been seen that the weightage for the numerical answer questions has been generally increasing, and good news is that there is no negative marking for numerical answer questions, but it requires a lot time to solve these numerical answer questions, as there are more number of calculations, tough calculations. So it is very important that you should be managing your time in while giving the paper for GATE 2018, as it is expected that this time for GATE 2018 the numerical answer questions may become around 50 to 16% for GATE 2018. So it is very important that you should manage your time while solving these questions, because calculation would be tough. Virtual calculator. It is seen many times that candidates are not aware how to use virtual calculator, and they waste or they lose their precious time on this. So it is very important, before giving the final examination for GATE 2018 you should have the knowledge how to use virtual calculator. Next point is time management. Why time management is important? You know, the GATE paper is of 3 hours, and I have already told you that the question or the weightage for the GATE 2018 would be such that, like, there would be 50 to 60% numerical answer type questions, and rest remaining 40% would be multiple choice questions. So more number of numerical answer type questions means more number of calculations you have to do, and it would require time. So it is very important that you should manage your time properly. Do not waste time on easy questions. If you are not aware that, if you are not ready to, or you do not know the answer of any question, just skip that question and answer those questions on which you are confident about answering it. So time management is very important. Practice. You know that the practice makes a man perfect. So when you are prepared, or when you have covered the whole syllabus of GATE EC, just go through the test series, practice previous year papers, at least 5 to 6 previous year papers, last 5 years or last 6 year papers. Practice. You can easily purchase some online test series or subject wise test, and you can practice this. Gradeup has already launched the GATE 2018 EC package, and in which you will be finding topic wise test, full mock length tests, and some practice test and subject wise test. So the Gradeup has been the right platform for the students, and it has already launched the GATE 2018 package. You can purchase that, and you can easily start your preparation, and you can easily target some particular subjects, and after completing that subject you can take your test. So these are some final tips which a student should remember, and I wish all the best for GATE 2018 to all my EC aspirants. Thank you for your time. Study on Gradeup. You can practice free quizzes on all topics. You can clear your doubts by some experts, by me and other EC aspiring candidates. Stay tuned to Gradeup. I would be discussing in my next video what would be the important topics for GATE EC 2018. What are the type of questions may arise for GATE 2018. Thank you for your time.